Joseph Robinette Biden has officially dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. So what happens next? Yes, he says he supports and picks VP Kamala Harris to take over for him, but it's not that simple. The rules and process are complicated. So how does it actually work? The delegates who were previously pledged to Joe Biden after the primary are now essentially free agents. Rule 13J of the DNC reads that delegates elected to the National Convention pledged to a presidential candidate shall in good conscience reflect the sentiments of those who elected them. This essentially means that while Joe Biden is free to make a recommendation, they don't have to listen to him. They can pick whoever they want. So there's really two main ways that this can go. Option A. The entire Democratic Party can rally around Kamala, support her as the pick, and put on a united front at the National Convention and have the delegates choose her. Or Option B. This would be like Wild Wild West territory. The Democrats could have a completely open and contested convention, which essentially would function as a mini primary. Contenders and people would be running around attempting to persuade delegates to put them at the top of the ticket, which some leaders like Nancy Pelosi have suggested is the way to go. Quick explanation of how the whole delegate thing works. There's around 4,500 delegates. 3,900 of those are pledged delegates, and 740 are superdelegates. In order to win, Kamala or whoever else on the first round would need to receive support from around 1,950 of those pledged delegates. Now, if she doesn't get this number and the convention is contested, they go into a second round, where then the superdelegates are able to vote. And she'll need to win a majority of all of the delegates, which would be over 2,200. So the work has already begun, and this next week is going to be crucial. Kamala and her team are making calls to the delegates, leaders, governors, and asking for their support. Now, as far as the money goes, the Biden-Harris ticket personally has raised over $90 million. And if she's the pick, then the money will go directly to her. But if she's not, then the money has to be returned to donors, or it may be transferred to a federal super PAC, which again, the legality of is iffy. She's also apparently raised over $5 million just in the hour following the announcement. The Democratic National Convention is set for August 19th in Chicago, and the DNC can change their rules at any time. Kamala Harris will also need to pick a VP. My guess and pick would be Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona. He was an astronaut, a Navy captain, and his wife is former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords. Now, this is all unprecedented. No sitting president has dropped out this close to November before. And the Republican Party and DJT will almost certainly file lawsuits and launch legal challenges no matter how this all shakes out.